Hello and welcome to the introduction for the rebalancing training. My name is Prasado. I am the main trainer of the course and I've started my training in Jerusalem in 1981. We had a trainer who came from the United States and was teaching us postural integration, which was one of the main methods where rebalancing was building on. Rebalancing started in around 1980 in Pune, India, around a master by the name OSHO. And in this environment, there was a lot of therapists who got together over there beside these disciples, and they started to exchange between themselves the different modalities that they were practicing. So there were people who were doing postural integration, people doing Rolfing, people doing liquid body work, classical massage, and so on. And by exchanging with each other, they found that certain methods fit together, and together with Osho's message of understanding, of awareness, and observation, they created the new method which is called today rebalancing. So if you look at rebalancing, the treatment itself, the elements of rebalancing, we always have, the way we teach it, it has always four different elements. The first element when a client comes to a treatment is the practitioner will touch him softly with a method which is called Isalane. He uses a little bit of cream. He puts the client on the bed and slowly put the cream on the body. And in this time, which takes about 10 minutes, he starts picking up different informations from the body. The body heat, it relaxes the person, it dissipates the initial nervousness, which is always naturally there, and he has time to conduct something which is called body reading. He looks at the body, what is the difference between the left side, the right side, how raised is the area, how tense it is, how relaxed, and so on. So this method lasts about 10 minutes. Then one would carry on and do the further almost 70% of the session with two methods, which one is called deep tissue massage and the other one is called liquid body work. Deep tissue massage is originating previously in Rolfing and postural integration. The founders, which are Ida Rolf and Jack Painter, and many others who taught the founders of rebalancing this kind of methods. The way it is conducted, it one works with the elbow, with the fist, with the knuckles, and so on, and it's deep tissue massage, but it's not deep in a sense that it goes over your limits. If we look at pain levels, where pain level 1 is no pressure at all and you just feeling a light kind of touch, and level 10 is you jumping off the table with pain and suffering, the rebalancer tries to always find a level where it is comfortable for you, which is about 4 to 6 in this grade. And respectfully and slowly go into the body and release deep tissue and deep lying tensions in the body and create more space, straighten the posture, and relax the person. The other method is called liquid body work. Liquid body work looks at the body as a bag full of water, which we are. We are almost 80% water or 70 something percent water, and in this mass of water we can create certain rhythmical waves which release, especially what it releases is static tension. There is a tension which kind of freezes in the muscles, in the joints, and liquid body work and joint release is slowly releasing this holding, we call it a holding pattern, and letting the person be more fluid, more liquid. So in the session, after that initial 10 minutes of preparation, warming up the area with the soft massage, putting in the cream, saying hello, 80% of the session one would go with deep tissue, with liquid body work to release the area, and then one would close the session with a very soft touch, which we use in this particular case is called polarization, and there we just hold points on the body and let the person just fall into a deep silent space. There's nothing, it's just holding, healing, and enjoying the end of the session where one is very meditating and quiet and having time to kind of say goodbye and finish the session off. So now that you have an idea what a single session looks like, let me expand a little bit on the whole concept of rebalancing. In rebalancing, we don't have just one treatment. There are 10 different treatments, very similar to Rolfing, where one classifies the body into different parts or areas. And each area will take at least an hour with very particular and precise movements to open it, to relax it, to create more balance and to correct the posture and so on. If we look at what are the 10 treatments, we're looking at the upper back, the lower back, the legs, the neck and the head, the face. Then we're going to the chest, then we're going to the belly, to the deeper muscles of the belly, the psoas, and to the arm and hands and the side session. And the last two sessions are integrations where if we didn't finish certain area, which is not, it's always a kind of a maintenance. We're looking after the body. It doesn't get fixed within 10 treatments, but we look at the most area that need the most attention, and there we do some integrations with other parts. So if one goes to rebalancing sessions, he will first come to your introduction session. And mostly what people then complain is about the areas which they are mostly aware of, and this is the upper neck, the upper back, or the lower back, and so on. And slowly, the rebalancer, once working with them on these areas particularly, will invite them on their journey, which is actually going through the whole body and looking, maybe the tension is not exactly coming just from your neck and from your lower back, but maybe it lies with the general posture of the body, maybe the legs, the knees, the hips, the pelvis, and so on. And by going through the journey, one starts to become much more aware of the body, learns how to keep the posture better, and so on. So in rebalancing, once you've done the 10 treatments, you will carry on and you will go into a schedule called maintenance. And I mean, then it's basically, it's kind of you learn a lifestyle. You learn a lifestyle of looking after your body, taking treatments. It doesn't have to be particularly rebalancing, but like your car goes for a service every couple of months, the body also needs attention, pampering, and love and relaxation, and we need to continuously counteract the forces which create tension and stress and create posture in imbalances. So in that sense, rebalancing starts with your classical areas where people are aware of and they ask you to be worked on. And then one expands on that and start working on the whole area, on the whole body, and teaching people actually how to correct the posture, how to become more aware of the lifestyle, how they eat, how they drink, and try to bring them into a schedule of maintenance, which is a lifelong addition, like you brush your teeth or you do daily routine maintenance for your body. The same is with body work and rebalancing. One needs to keep going once a month, every couple of months, to go and take a treatment and look after the particular body tensions that are accumulating there. Now let's look a little bit what are the client's participation in this procedure. The masseur comes from the outside and executes certain movements, executes certain procedures, and gives you certain information and suggestions how to to live your life or to improve your physical, emotional, and mental state. Now, with rebalancing, it's not only that the masseur works on you and does something to you, but it's also you after the treatment, you need to kind of adopt a feeling of awareness. Keep the awareness of how the posture is there, how it changed, how you could keep it in a better position. Awareness is a key to unlocking the body. Let's carry on a little bit further and see why are we doing rebalancing? What are the classical benefits and what are the extra benefits that one receives from getting such a treatment? So the normal benefits are all your benefits of increased circulation, decreased tension, expansion of the muscles of the connective tissue, well-being, and a general relaxation of the nervous system and the kicking in of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is creating deep relaxation, increased digestion, and slows down your brain activity from a high activity to theta activity, which we call theta waves. So let's carry on now and have a look what are the additional benefits of rebalancing beside your regular benefits of all massage, which any touch modality will create. Rebalancing goes further and actually brings in a whole array of different benefits which we need to discuss. Rebalancing looks at the body and the soul and the mind as one unity. So we have something which we call psychosomatic alignment and postural integration, right? If we're looking, let's look first of all at postural integration. When we work on the body, we work on different parts. If you think of your all muscles and all the muscle groups are holding your spine and your bone structure directly straight, then you are complying with the force of gravity, which is working on you vertically continuously. So if you think that you would deviate from the force of gravity and you would be leaning forward or backwards or left or right, any kind of deviation will actually cause the muscles on the antagonistic side to stress on a permanent basis just to hold you against the pull of gravity. If your head is continuously forward, the muscles at the back of your neck are going to try and lift you up continuously, but since you are used to sitting like that forward all the time, you having what we call an energy leak. Energy leak is continuous, permanent overstressing of the muscle groups just to keep a wrong posture. And how do we get to wrong posture? Wrong postures can be caused just from physical disorder, or in many, many cases, it is connected to psychosomatic connotation. Now, let us look what psychosomatic connotation means. Your body actually follows your mind and your feelings in that sense that when you adopt a certain posture, your body locks into that posture. So, if let's have a look, if somebody in childhood was the small guy in the group, or he was belittled, or he was unappreciated, he didn't have a very strong self esteem, his whole posture would be lowering himself down. His chest would come forward, his neck would come down, and he wouldn't be standing upright and saying, "Here I am, that's me." No, he would be saying, "I'm hiding away from you all, and you won't see me, and I'm just protecting myself from anybody around me." So, years and years of being in that posture, slowly the muscle groups kind of close and they lock into that position. The neck goes forward, the back kind of bends forward slightly, and as we say that connective tissue, which we work with, 99% of the work is with the connective tissue, it locks into this posture and then it holds it. Maybe later on, when you are 20 or 30, you did your doctorate and now you are a great person and your self-esteem has risen mentally tenfold, but your body is still holding that posture from childhood, and the body cannot unlock it by itself. One can do exercises, but as far as body work and rebalancing, there we precisely go and work very deeply with these specific muscle groups to create more balance, to stretch the muscles, to extend the connective tissue in such a way so that one actually can become straight again in the gravitational force, complies with the force, and in that sense, make it void, right? If you are in the force and you are standing, it doesn't mean that you have to be walking like as if you swallowed a broom and be stiff, but what we're looking for is a liquid, straight, upward movement in the body. And this is a matter of awareness. One can work on it with awareness, continuously reminding myself, how can I be a bit taller, a bit longer? How do I use my body? How do I use energy? And slowly bring the posture to a more upright, straight posture, which is more compliant. And in that sense, you stop what we call leaking energy. You have more energy, you're more relaxed, and you can tackle your life with more vigor. So this is the one aspect, the added aspect. It's postural integration. Postural integration means aligning the posture as much as possible, slowly, slowly, working on all these parts which are not aligned, which are pulling in any direction which is away from the gravitational force, and to bring you as much as possible upright to the gravitational force. The second added value is trying to understand psychosomatic connotations. How your body is actually like a storage. It's like your basement where everything that happened to you in your life is actually stored. Emotions, feelings, traumas, joys, successes, stresses, everything, the good and the bad is being contained in that huge container, and the things which have been, especially the problem is not so much with the good things, which are great and keep you alive and happy, but the problem is with the bad things that happen in your life, the bad posture, the bad feelings, the hurts, the humiliations, the aggression. All these things accumulates in the body and creates also a certain body posture. Let's say if we look at the Italians, for instance, a lot of them have very strong jaws. The jaws have to do something with gnawing your teeth, right? Like chewing. Chewing is one way of showing aggression. Aggression stores in the masseter muscle up in your jaw, and if you have a lot of frustration, aggression, pent up emotions, one would tend to grind his teeth, right? So you have you find a lot of people, not a lot, but some people grind their teeth, and that's a sign of pent up aggression. Understanding the connection between different body parts, let's say, for instance, like the masseter on the jaws, grinding, showing aggression or frustration, or your legs, for instance, tension in the legs. What do the legs need to do? The legs go towards things or they run away from things. So if you are in a situation, for instance, that you are not happy in and you still stand there, we say you are standing in the wrong place. Your legs would have taken you and your body already long time ago to a new situation and a more happy situation. But from custom or habit or whatever. You stay where you are. That tension accumulates in your legs, and slowly, slowly, you start getting more and more tense. So, in that sense, when you look at the legs, for instance, you can be not going to what you want, or staying where you are, where you're not happy. Also, let's say you love somebody and you really like to go to them, or you want a new job or something like that, and you're just afraid, you don't trust yourself that you will be able to make it, and you don't go there and you stay where you are. That tension also will accumulate in your legs, for instance, right? So this whole concept of psychosomatic connotations gives you understanding of looking at the body as a storage of particular emotions and feelings which actually correspond to different areas. The chest area would be have to do more with soft feelings, protecting yourself, pain, joy, hurt, and so on. The stomach, for instance, for more gutful, we say like we can't stand it or we can't stomach it, and so on. So one would learn in the training all these different ways of looking at the body and understanding different body parts and how they actually correspond to particular emotional patterns. And by remembering them and releasing them, one basically becomes more free and more at ease, not only physically but psychosomatically as well. The last point that we want to discuss in this presentation is the practice of rebalancing. We talked about the technique, we talked about the benefits and the different aspects of rebalancing, but I want to finalize with talking about the practice of rebalancing. How does one actually practice rebalancing? So in that sense, when we do rebalancing, you learn first of all the different tools which correspond to every particular body part. And each area like upper back, lower back, legs, and so on has about 20 to 30 different moves. And you would learn everything like a menu, like in a kind of a recipe. And you would like, until you feel confident and easy with this recipe, to follow that recipe. But in rebalancing, we don't actually encourage people to stay with a rigid kind of a recipe which repeats itself forever. We understand it becomes less challenging or a bit boring if you keep on doing the same thing again and again and again. And then one encourage the practitioner to become more artistic and to bring his own feeling into it, and to create and play with the methods as he feels right in the treatment. And that gives a great freedom. You're not always tied with a particular set of movements that have to be done in a particular order, but you can actually be like an artist who has a cupboard full of paints and brushes and so on, and according to the need and the moment, you can use whatever is right for you. In rebalancing, the way we do the work is in a very easy way. We always think of rebalancing as being in a holiday. If you are working, you are not doing it right. It means you are using too much energy. One of the biggest mantras we keep repeating in the training is, how can I do it even lighter? And this is something that we can take, this sentence, we can take anywhere in life, and in the work, driving the car, doing whatever we do, just remembering, is there any way I could do this a little bit lighter? Conserve energy, do it a bit easier. In rebalancing particularly, the way we work is we use body weight. We don't use force. There's no stress or effort to execute deep tissue. The way we do it, we lean in with body weight. We put the table pretty low down so we can lean into the client with the upper body. And we also sometimes, when we do the liquid body work and so on, we dance and shake and we move with the client. As we do the liquid, we create these waves to move the liquids in the body. It's playful, it's meditative, it's slow, it's using body weight, and it's not work, it's a holiday. So whenever you come to a session, you might be agitated or a bit tense or whatever, wherever you came from at that time. The session itself is a excuse or a opportunity to meditate, to relax, to slow down, and to feel better. And the outcome is that both you and the client come out from the session, you feel more rejuvenated, more relaxed, and in a better state. So to come back to me, after 1981, when I finished my training, I kept on practicing all over the world. I was in Germany for about 14 years, where I started the OSHO School for Creative Touch in 1990. And in 97, I moved back to South Africa, where I lived long, long time ago. I love doing this work. I love teaching it. It gives me great satisfaction to see people understanding their bodies better and relaxing and spreading this work all over and making this place a better place. Thank you, and I hope to see you. Bye bye.